Okay, functions, this is the review for the test. So remember, when we have something like this, this is called a supplementary. These are supplementary angles, meaning the sum of all of these angles are going to add up to 180. Okay, so I did the work. I combined all my like terms. I set it equal to 180, and I solved for x. But that isn't where I'm done. I got to plug in for x. So I get 6 times 10 minus 10 is equal to 50 degrees. Then I got 46 degrees and 84 degrees. Make sure you have the degree symbol. That will be marked wrong if you do not have it. Okay, so then the next question, or the next thing we did is we drew a negative 194 degree angle. So we always start where it's 0, and we go 0, negative 90, negative 180, and about right there. That would be the end of my angle. Then I have to draw my ray. Okay, so that's the negative 199. State one positive coterminal angle. So I'm going to start at 0 again. Here, I'll do a different color. We'll do green. Okay, so this is my one positive coterminal. So if I start at 0, 0, oops, come on, 0, 90, and we go 76 more degrees, and I get 166 degrees. State one negative. Okay, I'll do a different color. So we'll do orange for the other one. So I'm going to start at 0 again. So if I start at 0 here, that's negative 194, but that's the same angle. So I'm going to go all the way around. All right, I'm at negative 360, negative 450, negative 540, and then 14 more degrees between here and here. And that would give me negative 554 degrees. Oops, that's a 4, that's a degree. And then my reference angle, which I'll do in a different color, do it in black. It's a reference. Reference angles are always acute. They're always from the x-axis, and they're always positive. So from here to here, which we were using to help us do the rest of these angles, well, that was 14 degrees. So my reference angle is 14 degrees. Okay, so that is all of that. We have that. Now we want to draw our 30, 60, 90, 45, and all the things. So I'm 30. So this is my, okay, this is a right triangle. There's a right angle. I'm going to say it's 30 degrees here, 60 degrees here. This is my hypotenuse, so that's a 2. This is here because it's 1, 2, 3. I know it's a square root of 3, and it's adjacent to the 30 degrees. Then my 45, 45. Come on. And I don't know. So this is 1, this is 1. Square root of 2. That's everything. Make sure you can do the sine of all of these. So we'll say the sine of 60 degrees. So make sure you do the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. You need to know all 6. Okay, to solve for this, we're going to use our givens. This is an angle, so I'm going to say this is the opposite side of the angle. This is the hypotenuse of the triangle. Hypotenuse is always opposite of the 90 degrees. And to solve for this, I'm going to have I have the opposite and the adjacent. So if I'm solving for the opposite and I have the adjacent, I'm going to use the tangent of 65 degrees is going to be equal to the opposite side over 7. Multiply both sides by 7. And if you type that in your calculator, you get, let's see, I gotta type it in my calculator. Okay, so if you type that in your calculator, you end up with 15.01, which all of these are rounded to the nearest whole. So I'm just gonna say 15. And then to solve for the hypotenuse, again, I have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, which is cosine. So the cosine of 65 is going to be equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So if my hypotenuse is at the bottom, then I actually am just going to switch places. So my h is going to be equal to 7 over the cosine. This pen, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing this. Of 65, which is equal to 16.556, which rounds to, this pen is 17. Okay, and then the difference between 65 and 90 is a 25-degree angle. Okay, when you are solving for an angle, well, first off, to solve for the hypotenuse, you would do 31 squared plus 23 squared is going to equal c squared, and then you just solve it like we have been. Okay, so we end up with c equaling, let's see, the square root of 1,490 is about 38.6, so we're going to round that to 39 because everything's to a whole number. Remember, use those cues to let you know. Then we need to solve. So I'm only going to use the givens. So I've got if I'm signing for x, I've got the adjacent and the opposite, which is tangent. So the tangent of x degrees is going to be equal to 23 over 31. So remember when we have that, so x degrees is going to equal the inverse of tangent of 23 over 31. And you type that in your calculator. You do second tangent, and then you type in the 23 over 31, which is opposite over adjacent, and we get 36.57. But since that is being rounded to the nearest whole, we're going to say 37 degrees. And then the y is going to be the tangent also. So we're going to have the tangent of y degrees is going to be equal to the opposite over adjacent, which is 31 over 23. And so we're going to do second tangent again, but 31 over 23, and we get 53. 53 degrees. Okay, so when Terry stands, so this one, when she stands right here, so we're going to draw, so there's Terry, her eyes. Okay, I didn't draw very well, but her eye level is her eyes are 5.4, so we'll do this. Those were her eyeballs, okay? That's a straight line. This is 193 feet away from here, no, keep going. It stopped. Okay, so from here to here is 5.4 feet. So it says the angle of elevation, so from her eyes to the top of the totem pole is got an angle of 32.7 degrees. 32.7 degrees. So we need to figure this out. So we are only solving for right here. So we have the adjacent and we're looking for the opposite and we're given that. So we're going to use the tangent of 32.7 degrees is going to be equal to opposite, which is the totem pole right here. So this is the opposite side, over 193. And we end up with 193 times the tangent of 32.7. I haven't done this yet, so this is equal to 193 times the tangent of 32.7 degrees, and that is going to be 123.9, and we're going to leave it right there since 123.9. But then we have to add, to get the whole height of the totem pole, we've got to add that 5.4, so plus 5.4. So the totem pole is equal to 129.3 feet. I need to know that the height of the totem pole is that high. I need to know what the unit of measure is. Make sure you can do all of that. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great test. Have a great day.